You are now listening to episode 161 of the 16 Shots podcast with Young James Boogie and AR Dub.
Tell me how you took it. I'm going to tell you what I meant.
This episode features Gallo the Great. Enjoy. Oh, you said Reddit. Discord is like a messaging. I use it for my Pokemon Go situations.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a message board, and they'll tell you where all the raids are at and other things where you can get mega evolutions of things like that. So Discord is kind of raids.
Okay, like raids. What do you mean?
Like 40 people showing up, 40 plus people showing up to
RAVES or RAIDS?
That last one.
The last one.
RAIDS?
Yes.
Correct.
What's a raid?
When multiple gamers get together to take on an enemy.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't game.
We know.
Man, both of y'all, man. I fight both of y'all, man.
Oh, now you want to
What's
fight?
the last time we had a fight, Gallo?
Me?
I hope not recently.
9 years ago, 8-9 years ago.
I mean, I was at okay, so a couple weeks ago, like I said, last week, whatever it was, I went to Dallas for the whatchamacallit. And so what I've been doing is I've been active. I lost 20 pounds from June 1st to July. No, from May 20th to July 15th, I lost 20 pounds. Because I've been in the gym as far as, working in the gym, and I've been active.
Okay, so what is it? How does that relate to a fight?
Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you. So
It's gonna take you 20 minutes to get to where you try to get to it. Then when he gets to the end of the 20 minutes, he gonna forget where he was trying to go, and then we're gonna be on something else.
First off, your hairline is receding. But anyway,
I'm 41. It should be receding. At least I still have one book.
Okay, I know. But dang, you threw me off, man. Y'all
Lost
threw me
20
off.
pounds. You going to the gym. You got into a fight.
Oh, okay. Yes, okay. For the first time in a week and a half, a week, I went back to the gym to work out. I used to go to LA Fitness. I work out. I get 20 minutes on the weights, 15 minutes on the cardio, and then I go into the basketball court.
Wait, you think you finna knock me out only lifting weights for 20 minutes? Okay, keep going.
Yeah,
Them little pillow ass punches you got.
Okay, but so I go in the gym and I do my thing or whatever, right? But I haven't done cardio up and down for a week, so I haven't stretched. I ain't stretched right, or it's just it's a time thing. So my I'm kind of tight as far as my calves and my quads, or whatever. And so I'm playing with this guy.
Pause.
And
pause.
I'm playing
Super
basketball.
pause.
I'm playing basketball with the guy, and
You can't say you playing with this guy in front of me, bro.
And he's like, man, my wrist messed up. It's like I just got into a fight and I hit somebody, and my wrists are kind of sore. And I thought to myself, like, damn, I ain't had a fight in some years, bro. I ain't had a fight in some years. Because I when he said that, I understood from seeing what he was doing, and then I was like, oh yeah. When you fighting sometimes and you start to hitting body shots, if you don't hit them right, it makes your wrist hurt. Because you might not hit them square, and it'll put pressure on your wrist, and you'll have sore wrists. Or whatever.
Oh, you fight different. You fight totally different than me.
Oh, you a dirty fighter.
I'm taking your knees out. I'm kicking you in your balls. I'm fucking taking your throat. I'm taking your eyes. I'm ripping your ears off. Like, I do not lose fights.
Yeah, but if you're boxing your homie for fun, you can't do that.
Yeah, see, I can't.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, when I fight, I'm more prideful than maybe both of y'all. I don't know about Dub, but I'm more prideful. So I take pride in being able to dismantle somebody with my hands.
My uncle told me it ain't such thing as a fair fight. My old man told me you win how you got to win.
Yeah, so I agree with both of y'all. I'm not saying nothing wrong with anything y'all saying, but I'm saying that me personally, I take pride in being able to dismantle you with my hands. Like, I take pride in being able to pick you apart with my hands. it might cost me a fight every now and again. It might cost me because somebody might come and, like you said, kick me in my kneecap and disable me. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that I'm able to avoid that type of attack and be able to.
Well, you've already lost.
To who?
Anybody.
Are you sure?
The mentality.
You see that right there? I'm not saying they big or strong.
I'm saying you already lost the mentality because you're going into it fighting a fair fight. No one is fighting a fair fight.
I ain't talking about fair.
No one's fighting a fair fight.
I'm not talking about fair, but you see that these are sharp, bro. I don't have meaty hands.
No, what you just described was you go into it prideful and you want to dismantle someone with your hands.
Yeah.
I'm saying you already lost the fight because when you run across someone who gives zero fucks about any kind of going into it, winning a fight that way, I just want to win. While you're taking pride in dismantling someone with your hands and you're preparing for that, boom, you hit upside the head with a lead pipe.
Oh, so you think I'm gonna let somebody grab a lead pipe on me?
I mean, shit happens quick, bro. You're already going because
oh, she grabbed a pipe. I'm still fighting now, bro.
I'm only saying you're going into the fight with the idea that I'm going to be prideful and dismantle you with my hands in a fair exchange. When someone else, and the lead pipe was just an example, is going into the fight by any means necessary.
I mean, there's walls, there's the ground, there's curb.
The lead pipe was just one example.
But you got to touch me, though. I'm saying that it's me and you. It's me and you. It's me and you.
And you squaring up.
Yeah, but we don't have to touch you. All I have to do is catch your arm when you're swinging, use your momentum, pull you down, lock your arm, jerk you back up. So your arm is now locked in place. So now you're losing your momentum. Your footing is going to be lost because when you take that first swing, your momentum is going forward. I lock you. So swinging forward, I grab your arm, lock it.
Yeah, but you're expecting you're assuming you can catch my arm.
But you're going into the fight.
I know
you're assuming you know you can.
I know you can because whenever you swing, 90% of swings are telegraphed. I might not know exactly whether it's going to be a hook or it's going to be a jab or it's going to be a uppercut, but I can see in your shoulders when you're going to move. I'm not looking at it.
Say it again.
What?
You can see what?
I can see your shoulders, how they're going to be moving because you're throwing your shoulders around. When you're going to throw forward,
that's what I said.
Your swing.
You didn't say anything. What you mean?
And it's 90% of the time. It's not all the time.
In an earlier pod, where we talking about boxing, and he said, because Dub said,
"Oh, so El Gallo, I told him that if he fought Zab Judah, he'd get dropped, and he thinks that he can be the professional boxer."
I didn't finish. What I'm saying is that, as a boxer, as somebody who fights, you know the intricacies of boxers and fighters. You know where the shoulder, you know where the punch is coming. You know what punches come when the shoulder comes. Mm-hmm. So you understand, okay, if he does this, he's not going to throw a jab from here. He's probably going to throw an uppercut or a hook. You know from here, he's throwing a jab. So all that being said, I said that a 130-pound boxer is not going to have the advantage to be able to tee off on me at 200 because I can see what he's throwing and what he's throwing at 130. Even if I do get hit with it, I can absorb it and hit him with 200. But all that being said...
Well, now tell the full story, though. Who are we talking about in context? We weren't talking about just a boxer. We're talking about a former world champion, though.
Somebody a punch drunk.
Oh, I don't care how punch drunk he is. You really think
you don't care?
I said I don't care how punch drunk he is. You really think that Zab Judah ain't got enough to knock you out?
I said you don't care.
I'm asking you. Do you think Zab Judah ain't got enough to knock you out? I don't care how punch drunk he is.
I don't know, man.
Shit.
That's a good question.
Okay,
that's your assumption on him. I'm saying that somebody who got who got slept in his last 4 fights is gonna knock me out, and I ain't never. But I ain't spent a whole lifetime getting hit in the head with punches. He has a whole lifetime of getting hit with punches to the point where now, even though he's super skilled, he's getting dazed on a regular.
But you gotta still hit him though.
But he's still 130, man. He's still 120.
All right.
Yeah, all right is right, man. He's still 130. He's still 120. He's still 130, man. But
I gave him
moving on.
I gave him
Moving
the,
on.
I gave
Moving
him
on.
no. I gave him the example of when Floyd pretty much knocked the Paul brother out on his feet and had to hold him up for a couple of seconds. He outweighed Floyd Mayweather, right?
You think that Floyd Mayweather? You think that?
Let me ask you a question. If you had the opportunity to fight one of these Paul brothers
Mm-hmm.
in a no bullshit fight, what do you think the outcome is?
No bullshit. That's what.
No bullshit is, and they don't have no bitch ass clause where you got to take a dive. It's a real fight.
You think I can't beat up a slow foot white boy?
I didn't say that. I'm not putting race into it. I mean, you see them. They have had enough fights and have had enough real training to be able to strike as a semi-pro boxer or better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking, do you think you can keep up with them? These are two guys who are closer in age, should be closer in speed.
How old is Logan Paul?
He probably 30-something. The oldest one is probably 30-something.
The oldest probably 30.
Yeah.
So the oldest one, what's the weight class?
They probably coming in at 210, 205, something like that.
210, 205.
I mean, you don't want to say that you was going to be boxing at 200. If you at 200 and he at 205, it shouldn't be an issue.
If I box at 200 and I get 3 months, if I get 6 months to prep for him, fuck yeah, man.
Okay.
He ain't you think he's knocking me out?
Well, he got the same 6 months to prep for you, though.
Yeah, but come on, man. Like it all goes back to what the athlete that you think I am compared to the athlete you think he is. I'm not. It's no shade on what
You're
you
25 and 27.
Damn. Okay. 27.
Yeah, they're young. Yeah,
so the oldest on 27. But you told me you keep up with 20-year-olds.
I do.
All right. So that shouldn't matter.
Film. I can show you film.
I'm not doubting that. So it shouldn't matter.
Can Logan Paul knock me at 27 years old?
Fuck me.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's interesting. That's an interesting conversation, bro. That's an interesting conversation. I can't even lie to you.
I have supreme confidence in myself. And I feel like ego-wise, if you give me 6 months to train, I can get in the ring and I can hold my own with anybody. I also with anybody. I'm also let me finish. Let me finish because it's important. But I'm also a realist, and no matter how much I feel like Adrian Broner has fell off, if you give me a year to train, Adrian Broner has the same year to keep training, and I step in said ring with Adrian Broner, probably gonna get knocked out because I'm not a skilled enough boxer to beat him. No matter if I got 20 pounds on him and I got more power, I do have to hit him.
Well, we ain't talking about 20 pounds. We're talking about, goddamn, talking about 60 pounds, bro.
Okay. All right. You got it.
What you mean I got it? You talking about Adrian Broner is 170.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. He
this
probably going to
130.
No, Adrian. No, listen to what I'm saying. No, it's all the same. Adrian Broner probably. How much does he weigh?
Adrian Broner's like 160, 170.
I'm probably gonna step in the ring at 220, 230. So it's the same.
When's the last time you 230?
And that's what I'm saying. If I get in shape, I'm gonna step in the ring at 230.
When's the last time you 230, man?
About 10 years ago.
When's that?
What does that matter though? I'm asking you. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Tell me why it matters.
It matters because what your history of working out, your history of putting in the effort, your history of that's important. Like his history, like you keep telling me that Zab Judah's history is important. So why if his history is important, then my history is important too, bro.
No one said your history wasn't important. So what are you talking about?
So
Nobody said your history. First off, we weren't even talking about you. We weren't talking about you. We were talking about me.
Okay, so your history is important too.
So what are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying is if you're saying that his history of being in shape for 10, 12, 15 years straight is important, your history of not being in the shape that you want to be in or that you think you should be in for 10, 15 years straight is important too. Right?
Okay, so what are you talking about?
We'll record this, man.
I'm asking you, what are you talking about? You
I'm
saying
not talking
we
about
record this, and you saying I'm not talking about nothing. It's not. I'm asking.
No, I said I'm not talking about.
We're having
What I
a
said.
conversation. I'm trying to figure out the point you're trying to make.
The point
I
I'm
literally
making-
said if I work out for a year straight and get in shape,
Yeah.
and then I said he's already in shape, so he's going to continue to be in shape.
Yeah.
No matter how skilled I think I will be after that year, I'm a realist, and I realize that I'm probably still going to lose that fight.
But what I'm saying is that you are going to try to get it. You're going to get in shape for a year, and he's been in shape for 15 years.
No
right?
matter how no matter how you slice it, me and you are in two different shape classes. You are 100% in better shape than me. You are
How long I've been
100
in shape?
for a long time. And what I'm saying is,
And so you don't think that my chances
you're not
of
listening
being
to what I'm
able,
saying. What I'm saying is, you're in shape, and someone's ring shape are two different in shapes.
how you know?
Because I've boxed before. That's how I know.
So you think that I ain't boxed before?
I didn't say you didn't box before.
Okay, so what are you talking
But
about?
I know for a fact that you aren't in professional boxer shape. And no matter how you slice it, if you're going to go fight a professional boxer who's been in professional boxer shape for 10 plus years, they have 10 plus years of professional boxer shape on you.
Yeah.
It's it, and
But they
I
also
understand.
have
And I
10 plus years
understand.
of getting beat up.
Okay, I understand
Right,
that
yes.
I understand that basketball is a good way that boxers use to stay in shape.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
also a different game when you're in the ring and you're moving and you're also absorbing punches and you're also trying to punch back. It's a different kind of in shape.
I agree with you, sir. What I'm saying is this: I agree with you. I agree with you, sir.
What is your biggest kinks?
His kink. I don't have no kinks, man. I like fucking women. That's it. That's my only kink. You know what?
I like the young ladies who would who do the latex play, the full latex suit. I like that. I'm even willing to be put in a whole latex suit with the little breathing tube. I'm willing to do that.
I'm gonna say.
You don't have no kink book?
I'm gonna say that.
There's nothing you don't like that's besides just PIV,
What's PIV?
penis and vagina.
PIV. I'm gonna say that. I think that because I'm not sure about you, Gallo, but I think because he's in the hold up. He's in the LTR.
What's LTR?
Long
Is that right?
So you think because I'm in a
Hold on,
long-term relationship that dictates me having a kink?
No, I'm saying that because you're in an LTR, then the way that you view kinks is different than somebody that's not in the LTR. Because a person that's not in a long-term relationship might have a broader view or maybe a smaller view.
How do you
because,
not
like,
know I've had these views of kinks since I was 13 though?
I don't.
All right then. So that's
So
void.
quit putting words in his mouth and answer what's your biggest
Exactly.
My kink. I don't have kinks, man. I'm trying to think. What is my biggest kink?
Okay, what porn do you look up then?
That's why I don't do. My porn is I don't even like porn, man. I don't even like porn, man.
So then when you by yourself, what do you think about?
So you might be talking about myself, man. You
Hey, you don't want to answer the kinks, so we're gonna get an answer out of you. I'm gonna just keep diving until you get one.
You keep that, man.
Unavoided.
Look. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
I ain't gonna say nothing because every time I talk, we get into it.
Man, that's why you got beautifully soft.
Hey, answer the question.
I put to, man. Let
What are
me
you
talk about
into?
that for a second, though, man.
And that's why we never get anywhere because
I'm finna
instead of
ask the
him
question,
answering
man.
the question,
No, I see
he
you
wants
cut
to
me
do
off.
this.
You cut me off.
I did.
I'm talking about Dub. See, when I do that, I don't talk. But when you do it, you talk. I ain't talk about Dub with his old soft hair.
I just don't understand how we ask you a question. I don't understand how we ask you a question and then it turns into you talking about me.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
answer
though.
my question how I want to ask a question. When I
You're
do
right.
that, I don't say
Answer
nothing, man.
the question how you want.
When I do that, I don't say a word. When I do this, I'll be quiet.
Nigga, I know.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna say?
You what to do.
Always sound. Yeah, that's how I feel too, brother.
Say it to my face. 60 days, bitch.
Man, we gonna fight, man. It's a fight, bro. With my kink?
Yeah. What are you into that's not not just sex? Do you like them like dressing up in a certain way? Do you like them to say certain things? Do you like to do certain things to them? Do you like doing it in public?
You know
whatever.
what? That might be it. I might be a voyeur somewhat.
Now, do you like seeing other couples? Do you like just seeing her playing with herself?
Right, nah, man. Oh, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say like, if I were to be honest, I wouldn't have to spend any nights alone at any point. If I was being honest, like I wouldn't have to spend any night alone, not doing what I wanted to do and she wanted to do.
Is that a kink though?
No, I'm saying I don't have. If I'm saying like so, for whatever reason, however it plays out. Usually, I don't want to say blessed, but I've been able to somewhat dictate how. Oh, like that dictate. Be able to dictate how. Man, they stop talking, man. They listen to my show, man.
All right, let's. I'm asking a real question. This is This is us not arguing. None of that.
I'm finna argue with you, my nigga.
I want to have a real conversation.
I'm finna argue with you, my nigga.
What? No homo. What turns you on with a female?
What turns me on about a female is her mind, bro.
Sorry.
That's funny.
It is funny because I would expect you. I wasn't expecting a diplomatic answer.
I mean, it's not. No, it sounds diplomatic, but I'm saying like, of course, not. I don't like big, fat, nasty bitches. Or I apologize. I don't like women who are out of shape. I don't like women who aren't, of course, somewhat visually stimulating, but like, man, okay. So I'm gonna give y'all 2 minutes of complete honesty, and I'm going back to Boogie. Man, I can get I don't have a problem getting females, bro.
Okay, so I'll say
So
this.
it's like so. The question is,
but that's not what we're asking about. We're not
I'm
asking
trying to tell
about.
you.
No,
You're
listen
not
up.
hearing what I'm
But
saying.
listen up, because you did that the first time.
No,
we're
I'm
not.
trying to
No,
tell you.
listen. It's not in question if you can get a female. We understand
Yeah.
that. We understand that Boogie can get any female he wants.
No, it's not true.
What I'm saying is, we understand Boogie doesn't have an issue with females.
Yeah.
Finding a female, Boogie has no issue with. So, from example for me, if you ask me, well, what's a kink? What is something that you're into sexually or whatever when it comes to a young lady? I'll tell you dominatrix play. So let's say I like to be dominated by a female. She'll wear a leather outfit, spank play, maybe rope play, something like that. Add toys to the room, shit like that. Maybe I don't know the true name of it. Like the spanking bench. You know what I'm talking about, right?
There's a sawhorse and then there's the St. Andrew's cross.
There you go.
St. Andrew's cross is when you're like tied up.
Yep. So I might be into the St. Andrew's cross, being spanked on the St. Andrew's cross.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about. Do you have any kind of kink? It doesn't have to be as extreme as that. It can be vanilla, bro. It can be something as simple as my kink is I like to get head on the way to Whataburger. You know what I'm saying? If that's your thing.
Okay, so let me think. What? Okay, so I have one question for answer.
Okay.
Do y'all believe that there are people who don't have kinks? That people just like fucking?
Yeah, there are vanillas. There are pure vanillas out there.
Yeah, I'm vanilla. I think I'm vanilla in. You know what?
For an example, it could be not so kink probably isn't is the right word. Maybe what's sexually stimulating for you is a question. Like would you rather get head or put it in her ass? Would you rather, do it in the bedroom or do it in the shower? That kind of thing. So it doesn't have to be
that's better.
Something crazy. But
Exactly.
what is it that if you could dictate tonight, the best way that's going to get me to nut is a girl comes over, gives me head, we go in the shower, I put it in her ass and I finish.
No, I think my okay, so the reason why what you laughing at?
I'm not laughing. I'm not. Go ahead. Go on.
The reason why normally when I deal with a female that it lasts for a long time or that is because my kink is her pleasure. So my whole thing is the more turned on she is or the more pleasured she is, the more pleasured I am. So that's quote unquote my kink. And I tell women that all the time, like, look, you're not going to out nothing me because I'm predicated on you. So the more that you're feeling it, the more that I'm feeling it. And the more that you're feeling it is the more I'm going to keep going, or I'm going to keep, exploring how far we can go. So when you ask me, do I like this? Do I like that? Shit, I'm liking whatever she likes to get, to get her where she needs to go.
So let me ask you a question on that.
Go ahead.
What if she gets off to
nope?
So if it's a no,
I think you
have hard limits.
I think you finna go like, yeah, everybody got hard limits. Like,
yeah,
she can't peg me. I'm not eating no shit. I'm not, I'm not being emasculated in any type of way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing nothing that's like, but in the quote unquote realm of normality, I'm working in them notes, you know what I'm saying?
What's normal though?
In the quote, I said it quote unquote realms of normality. So I'm like, nah, man, like I'm saying, like I was not blessed, but I was like lucky to be, I fit certain categories. You know what I'm saying? I'm a tall, black, African dude. You know what I'm saying? So with certain categories that I fall in, just without saying anything, I'm a tall black dude. So with certain categories I fall in off the rip. So that puts me in the conversation of this right here. Just off the rip without me saying anything. Oh yeah, he's this. So now we're working in that realm, and then moving past that. Now it's like, okay, well, is he sensitive, or is he this? Is he that? Is he that? It's certain things, and like I said, men are known for being selfish, being, I want to get mine, and when I get mine, it's over. But I'm saying that the way that I operate is like, shit, the better she feels, the better I feel. The more that I'm turned, my kink is, shit, I want her to be happy. I want her to enjoy herself. So if she enjoying herself, I'm enjoying myself. And so that's what I'm saying. So it's like, it's layered. But at the end of the day, nah, man, life is life.
Thanks for being honest, man. Because
I'm always honest, man. All the time.
You're
all
honest,
the fucking time.
You omit a lot.
Yeah, because it's like I said, they listen to this shit, man. I'm gonna. There's 2 people are gonna be like, what he say? Fuck him, because I said that. Or it's 3 people are gonna be like, that's what it is, and now it's gonna be a conversation at some point in life to like, well, the only reason you're doing this is because of that. And I'm not saying that you don't have that same issue. I'm just saying that that's my issue for whatever reason, because I made it that way. However you want to put it. But and like I said, Dub, you married, bro. So even if I'm risking it for the pod. Yeah, you risking it for the pod, but shit, you have a bond a life bond with somebody.
Let's see, if you're worried about what these females or female whatever will get offended or get mad because of something you say on the pod from saying your truth or speaking your truth,
yeah,
they're not for you. You need to, if you want to have that relationship where you have it every night at the same time, then you're going to want someone that doesn't get easily offended, and you can say whatever you want. Like my girl, like, she knows I have a podcast. She knows that whatever I say isn't for the pod. She knows that I'm always going to be honest about it, and that at the end of the day, it's me and her. So whatever I say I do or I've done in the past, like, okay, for example, I like being called daddy. I like the daddy dom or daddy dom DLG. So it's daddy dom little girl dynamic, and her nickname for me, my name on her phone is daddy. Anytime she needs something from the fridge, hey daddy, can you go get me this? Can you get me that?
Yeah.
And so it's multi-layered. So one, it's sexual. The just other things that get involved with it, you can check out an episode called Littles Middles Oh My Littles Middles and something Oh My is episode I did that I explain with a guest host or a guest about middles and littles, about this dynamic and what they like about it. Part of it is, so when I got divorced from my first wife, my daughter just like cut off ties for me because the wife, spilled the tea, like told the daughter everything I did while we're getting divorced. Like, instead of, oh, hey, we don't get along, Gallo did this, and this, and he cheated on me, and he did that, and he had all these other women. So she hates me because of that. So I don't have that relationship I had with her. And growing up with her, she had me wrapped around her finger. It was the whole, I was her Superman. I could do anything. I was like the cool dad that always hang out and do things with her, do tea time, paint my nails, all that other stuff. So that dynamic I missed because it was just immediately cut off. And so I play that way with little girls, being the daddy and having tea time with them and doing that kind of thing. But then there's also the sexual component about it, of her dressing up in cute little girly outfits and having my way with them. So those are different dynamics, and those are the reasons for it behind it for me. And it's not always that, my kinks kind of move fluidly. Sometimes I want to go and do rope play where I'm the rigger, where I tie them up and do shibari and do different harnesses, so that way I can control them more easily or manhandle them more easily.
I mean, so there's a part of me that has been not exploring, but thinking about, like, I'm like, am I a deviant? Am I what's the word? Am I sexually deviant, and or am I insatiable, or am I like what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, am I a sex addict? Am I like shit?
No, a sex addict, your life would be, it wouldn't matter to you what a woman looks like. You just go get it in because you're having a bad day and you want to feel better. And if none of your regular girls who are attractive will answer the phone or pick up or answer a text, then you're going to go to a bar and go for whoever says yes. Doesn't matter what they look like.
But I'm also like, because what I've understood about isms and addictions is that everybody's on a spectrum of certain things, whether it be bipolarism, whether it be narcissism, whether it be nepotism. We're on a spectrum. We're all on a spectrum. And because I might be on a 0.5 spectrum compared to somebody else on a 0.9 or 15 or 20, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't like I said, I don't like going to bars. I can't think of no time I've gone to a bar or to a club where I haven't had interaction with somebody that was positive. But I don't like going to bars.
Well, I don't either, though. So, and when it comes to the lack of not liking to go to bars and clubs, I simply don't like them because for a period in our life, it was like a job. We were in the club for 5 nights out the week to rap. So I like to explore kinks because I honestly feel like exploring the kinks tells you a lot about yourself and who you truly are. And so that's why I'm not ashamed of anything that I explore and that I like. I also like the fact that I have a wife who has hard limits to things, but she's also open to exploring different things. And the beauty of that is having someone you can explore these things with. You really get to know each other better through these things because it actually tells a lot about your personality, in my opinion. And honestly, one of the main reasons why I like doing the pod is you learn more about yourself. You learn how you treat people, how you react to people, all of these things.
What
are you saying what for? I'm being serious. What are you saying what for?
I'm being serious too, man, because you were very abusive to me, bro.
I think you're missing the point, but okay.
Keep going. Yeah,
that's all I have.
You like what I'm saying is like
I don't want to get on this me you.
No.
I want to keep talking about the Kinks.
That's what I'm saying. Talking about Kinks, talking about learning about ourselves. Like, is there any point in life where you think that I'm attacking you?
I don't want to have this conversation. We've had this conversation plenty of times.
Let's go through it on a soft note. You think I'm attacking you? You think I don't love you?
I never said that.
Okay, I didn't say you said that.
I know you love me.
I asked you.
I know you love me.
If you know I love you and you know that I care about you and you know that I'm not going to attack you I'm talking to me, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. So whatever I say, I'm talking to me too, right? If you know that I love you and I care about you, when I say something, it's not from a vantage point of trying to attack you. Like if I disagree with you, it's not because I don't like you or because I'm trying to hurt you or harm you. It's because I just don't agree with that point of view. That's just that one point. That's that one thing, right? And that goes to the kinks. To what I'm saying is, for me, I don't have any kinks because I'm like, shit, I know what I like and what I don't like. Certain people understand themselves. I know what I like and I don't like. I know what I want to do and I don't do. I don't, it's not a knock on nobody else in the world. It's not a commentary, just I know what I like and don't like. So I'm like, shit, no, I don't like dudes. A young lady hit me the other day. She does this shit a lot. Her thing is asking wild questions. So it'd be like, would you suck a dick to save your mama life? Would you do this thing to whatever? I'm like, nah, man. And like, because I wouldn't do this wild thing to save my parents' life, that's not a knock on me saying I don't love my parents. That's not me. And my parents would understand that's not me. They wouldn't want to put me in a situation where I would compromise my soul for any reason. Just like I wouldn't put them in a situation to compromise their soul for me, right? So all that being said, it's like, as far as kinks, I'm like, I don't have no kinks, bro. I don't have no kinks. Like, I'm not. That's not the way that I operate personally. So I'm saying, like, my goal is to make her come as many times as she can. That's my goal. That's how I feel. Like I'm a worker bee. I feel accomplished when she's like, shit, I come 3 times, 4 times,
but
5,
correct
8,
me if
9
I'm
times.
wrong. Isn't that literally a kink?
That's my kink. That's what I'm saying. My kink is not.
That's
It's a
all
type
right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It depends on how it works. It could either be a service sub, compersion, or
Yeah.
what's the other one? I forgot.
I don't know.
There's another one.
But I'm saying that that's my kink, but it's not. It doesn't manifest itself as something outside of. Now, if she says, "I need
Something.
you to,"
Talk about something outside of what?
no, if she like for one young lady, she was like, "I want you to spank my vagina." That was her thing, right?
Well, see, but this is the thing, though. In my opinion, and I could be wrong. When you speak about kinks and
That's
things,
bullshit right there.
damn.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's not what you're saying. But if you premise it by saying I could be wrong, then and that's bullshit. I apologize. I'm sorry, sir. I apologize. Well, I'm saying if I premise something I could be wrong, then that's like giving a barrier for yourself. Like I can say whatever I want.
I was only saying I could be wrong because I might not have the correct definition of it.
Okay, I'd rather you say that than say I could be wrong. Okay. To be honest, for me, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that that's for me. It kind of put a barrier on it. If I say I could be wrong, but the Rockets are the best team ever, but keep going. I apologize.
No, you got it. I'm done. Keep going.
No, but so it was a young lady that was like she was like spank my vagina, and she wasn't like spank it. She was like literally spank, like take your hand and spank my vagina. And I'm like, that put me in a crossroads. I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, I want to do whatever it is to get you off, but this is kind of outside of my, like, that was outside of my realm of.
It's your hard limit.
It's not a hard limit.
It is because it's something that you don't want to do. It's a hard limit for you.
It's not
There's nothing wrong with it.
You weren't comfortable doing it, so then that's something you didn't want to do. So if you don't want to do it, it's a limit.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't I want to do. I had never been in that situation before, and then so now, as I'm having to do it or doing it, I'm like, because like for me, I haven't been. I was like, well, shit, I got some big ass hands, and I know. I know.
Well, let's hold on.
I smack niggas.
Let's unpack this.
Okay, go ahead, you going.
Did you feel comfortable doing it?
Comfortable?
Yes. Did you feel the young lady asked you to do this act? So, we've already unpacked that you enjoy, bringing pleasure to a young lady. Matter of fact, you get off on the fact that this young lady is being pleasured, and she says, "This act brings me pleasure. Spank my vagina." Mm-hmm. I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, that in that moment you weren't comfortable with doing that.
No, what I'm saying is that it threw me off because I'm like, I'm whatever it takes to get you where you got to go, I'm with that. But then in the same breath, I'm like, shit, I'm also respectful and cognizant that shit, I don't want to harm you. I know what I'm capable of physically. Going back to what we talking about, Zab Judah, I'm like, whatever you think about Boogie or whatever, I'm like, I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do physically. So I'm like, oh man, I don't want to hit you. I got big ass hands.
So you weren't comfortable doing it.
It's both sides. I'm comfortable doing whatever you want me to do,
but you're not.
But then I think
that's the piece.
I'm gonna hurt you,
and that's the piece that we're trying to unpack. So
no, I'm saying
so no. Listen, if your goal is to please this young lady in whatever manner she wants, but this piece of it that she wants, you're not comfortable doing it, then you're not comfortable with that act. That's a situation or a kink that you don't want to do. I don't want to be a part of that.
Well, and then also on the next part of it is like anything I'm comfortable doing. I'm like, okay, I've never had a chick ask me that before, so I'm like, okay, well, shit, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying?
So you're
but
just
then
caught off guard. Then
I'm caught off guard, like,
okay.
But I'm still like, if you want me to do it, I'll do it. I'll get down like you want me to get down. You know what I'm saying? But in the same breath, I'm like, okay, we can do whatever you want, but like I said, there are limitations, like the limits to me. I'm like, because one chick might be like, punch me in the face, or punch me in the ribs, or
that's a hard limit for you.
Or put a fist up. It's all kind of it can go any way. But what I'm saying is that there would going all the way back, like I said, it's like the reason why usually the relationships that I have last for a long time is because I'm intimate with what they want to do. I'm intimate with what they want to do, and I'm telling, hey, what you want to do is cool. What I want to do is cool. How do you feel about this? It's a conversation. It's an act. It's not just I'm coming here.
So let me ask you a question. In a relationship that you would have, and I'm being serious. I'm not being an asshole. In a relationship that you would have, Have you ever had a relationship where you sat down with your partner and y'all have just discussed, what she likes, what you like?
Yeah, always. Before we even get to that, I'm asking you. So you telling me before you get into it with the girl, y'all not talking about before y'all get to that point?
Once I got into a serious relationship with a young lady that
Before serious.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Once I got into a serious relationship with a young lady that I was comfortable around, then I was comfortable with the conversation of exploring different things sexually that I was into that I wanted to try. There have been young ladies that I wasn't that comfortable with that I would do some of these things that I wanted to explore. Some females I wasn't comfortable enough to explore some of these kinks that I'm into, so it was just regular PIV.
Mm-hmm.
It was just regular PIV sex. Head, whatever, normal shit like that, or if you want to call it normal. And then there are also relationships that you would be in where I was comfortable enough around the young lady to let my guard down. And then we both explored different things that we like, that we don't like. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I do like this. I never tried this. This seems cool. But I'm not comfortable. I wouldn't be comfortable with every female in whatever type of relationship that I might have been in to explore those things. Because at that point, when you truly get into the behaviors of what you like, what they like,
what I'm saying, though.
you're truly intimately knowing someone and getting to know them.
No, what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is that before I even get naked with somebody, before we get to the point where we thinking about getting naked, before we get there, that conversation is had. So we don't get naked and I have apprehensions.
I don't think we're talking about the same conversation.
Yes, we are. Because you said, well, I don't feel comfortable going there with that person. Like, if I don't feel comfortable going somewhere with somebody, we can't even get to that. We can't have half sex, or we can't have pretend sex, and it's not a knock on you or anything.
I don't think it's pretend sex though.
I'm saying, yeah, however you want to frame it or name it. I'm sorry for saying that. I apologize.
No, this is the cool conversation. I'm not mad at all.
What I'm saying is that we can't even have sex if I'm not completely understanding or relating. If we don't have an understanding 100%, why would we have sex anyway?
You just told on yourself that you didn't have that 100% understanding when that girl told you to Boogie. Sorry.
Yeah.
You just said that she wanted you to spank her vagina, and you were like, and you did it anyways. So that sounded to me that she told you that during sex.
During. But I'm saying,
here's the thing: you didn't have that 100% conversation, and you can't.
We had a conversation
because no. Listen. Yeah. You can't have that 100% conversation with someone. You might think you have or you want to, but the thing is, so you got to be comfortable enough to be able to share it. And like Dub was saying, you got to be more comfortable in the relationship as things go on. Yeah. I do the same thing because since the 90s, since I got into BDSM, that's something that was kind of like drilled and enforced and reinforced and told to always do that and have that conversation. However, a lot of times things are just one night stands. You're never going to see this woman again because you still don't even have her name and you're already in her. So whenever you do those things and have those nights, and it's just head, it's just getting it in, and that's it, and you're done with. But later on, as you get to know the person, whether it's just a one night stand, not a one night stand, but like a friends with benefit situation, or if it ends up being a girlfriend, those conversations, sharing what you do like, what you don't like, become easier as you gain more trust and being more comfortable with the person to be able to have those conversations. And it's always evolving because over time you can have that conversation today and say, okay, I want to do these 75 or 72 different things. 2 years down the road, you see a porn, whatever, and you tell your girl, you know what, I want to try 73, 74, and 75, and 76. That's not the same conversation you had a year ago. So this, again, it's always evolving. It's always about having honest communication, but also having being comfortable and having that trust that you're not going to be judged when you try to have these conversations.
Well, question. when you are, let's say, when you meet said female, right?
Mhm.
And you're like, okay, we're gonna be together. I'm trying to pour my drink and I'm fucking up right now.
I heard that. It sounded like I was like somebody either pissing or pouring a drink.
I was like, who's pissing? Because I know I'm not.
No, I'm pouring my drink and I'm spilling this everywhere. But
No shit. My camera battery died.
No, we still can
camera
talk.
better.
Yeah, we
I can still talk.
Yeah, we still can talk. This is I like where we're going.
I gotta work more.
But hold on, let me piggyback off one thing, and I want you to make your point. And to piggyback off what Gallo said, like I'm 16 years married, damn near 20 years knowing my wife, and we're still evolving and learning daily. Like there are things
why wouldn't you be?
And that's what I'm saying. So why wouldn't your sexual health or sexual life with your partner continue to evolve? So when I meet you off rip, we're not going to be able to know 100% about what we're into or what we're going to do. Just like your relationship will evolve, that piece of it evolves as well. And you have to continue to learn your partner.
Okay, so I agree with you. I'm saying that like I'm pretty upfront and forward with a lot of ladies, most ladies, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what it is. And to the point where they say you cocky or you whatever they want to say. So I'm like, man, this is what I'm gonna do if we get in this situation. So let's not get in this situation unless you.
What you mean? Expound on that.
I'm not going to.
I think you have to. If we're unpacking it.
But I'm telling you, I'm saying that if I meet Jocelyn on Friday and we talk and we're talking, I'm telling her off the rip, like, we talk, I'm like, hey, I think that you're intelligent. I like your brain. That's the one thing I like. It's the first thing I'm saying. I like your brain. Opposed to what you'll say that I hate a whole common sense or whatever. But all
right. Let's keep it a buck. Those are jokes. We're having a real conversation. That ain't what
they don't believe that shit. I'm telling you, they don't believe that shit.
No, we're having a real conversation.
Yeah, right now we are, but damn, you can't dictate how people. You can't dictate how people.
If any young lady that you're involved with is hearing this portion of the conversation that I'm going to drop, and that's what they go to, I don't think they're the one. I don't think they're for you. I don't think that that they truly want to build, because that's not boogie.
That's what I'm saying. I agree with you, but I disagree with you because I'm saying that this is what I'm saying.
No, I'm listening.
That's what I'm saying. What you're saying is true, but that's not human, bro.
That ain't what we're talking about, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Human beings take things how they want to take things. So if I get the catalyst to build, because people have been assaulted or mistreated in a certain way. But anyway, but so when I'm talking to a young lady in any aspect, for me, oh man, this is a hard conversation. For me, it's like you got A-Dub. You still there, Gallo?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Just my camera's dead.
Yeah. Gallo doesn't have problems meeting young ladies.
Right.
Let me finish. You cut me off. Let me finish.
Right.
I didn't cut you off.
Go ahead, man.
Gallo doesn't have a problem meeting young ladies. Dub doesn't have a problem when he was single meeting young ladies, right?
That's not true, but go ahead, though.
So when I'm saying, okay, maybe Dub had a problem meeting ladies. I have a outgoing personality. So there are people who will be like, I don't care how you look or how you smell or how you present. Your personality is what attracted me to you. There are people who are attracted to your essence and not your physical.
Okay.
There are people who are attracted to your physical and not your essence.
That is true.
Right. So what I'm saying is there are times when it's like shit. Boogie, not only does he fit this demographic, but he fits this demographic too.
I do think that we're not talking about fitting a demographic.
Listen, let me finish. Let me finish. He fits this demographic and that demographic too. So now on the other side of it, because that's just the topical, that's just the surface shit. That's just on the top. The kinks are under that surface. Nobody comes to you off top and like, I like getting fucked in the ass sideways. It's not the conversation off the top, right?
Depends where you at.
Most of the time, the conversation of a kink comes after we get intimate. Not intimate physically, but intimate mentally.
Well, that's what we're saying, though.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is sometimes for me, the kink conversation comes on the backside of me fitting the demographic on the surface.
That's what we all have said. That's what that's what the whole statement of as you know someone, you evolve, you grow, you get comfortable with them, and then you start to have more conversations about what it is that you like, that pleasures you, and what she likes. I'm not saying you meet her in the club on tonight, and when y'all get to the house, y'all sit on the bed and y'all have this extensive conversation about what turns you on and what turns you off. 9 times out of 10, when you meet a young lady, your first sexual encounter is just it's filling each other out. Once you get comfortable enough around a young lady to be vulnerable, that's when these things come out. Now you might not. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, can I tell you why?
Tell me why.
Go for it.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because you said that. I'm saying that. You said that we talk and it gets to that situation, right?
I said once you get to know someone, the longer you get to know someone, and that relationship grows, and you become vulnerable and you let them in, and you let them into who you are and things that you both like. Now, off the rip, y'all might not be that vulnerable enough to share these things with each other. There are also young ladies, or a partner, that you might never get that vulnerable with to let those guards down, and y'all won't go any further than whatever it is that y'all were, and then you move on to the next person until you find that right one. So no, I don't think that every female that you deal with, you're going to explore every sexual desire to your highest point with them, because there has to be a trust level, a vulnerability level involved. Some people will be a one night stand you have casual sex with. Others, you will let the guard down and y'all will go as deep as y'all want to.
So question, if I'm off the rip from day one telling you, I meet Keisha on Monday. I'm like, hey, what's up, Keisha? How you doing? Oh yeah, shit, you looking good, Keisha. Hey, how you doing? My name's JB. Blah, blah, blah. Oh man, what you like? Oh man, really? I'm just trying to understand where your mind at, or what you got going on here, right? Yeah. Okay. And they say, I got this, that, and another, right? So now my conversation for the next 2-3 days is about this, and me talking to this turns on everything else. So as we're talking about this and this is connected.
Well, I don't think the kink conversation is 100% only about sex. I think listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think the most important piece of it is the fact that I am letting down walls, I'm being vulnerable, and we're getting to know each other. The physical comes secondly. everything you're saying about the mental, the spirit, being intertwined, all of that stuff is what helps you let down that guard, be vulnerable, let people in, and explore things together. And that's what I'm saying. You're not letting your guard. You're not letting your guard down day one. It takes trust. It takes trust. I don't fully trust anyone day one. It takes trust.
It's you.
You fully trust someone with your most intimate of secrets day one?
Every day, yeah. Why not?
Okay. No, I think that's cap.
That's what?
I think that's cap.
Why is that cap?
Because you won't even divulge it on the pod.
Okay.
So let alone do I believe that you're doing this off day one, off the rip? I don't think anybody is.
First day you met me, did you ever feel as if we had tensions?
It's not tension. I'm not explaining tension.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying
so. Of course not. No, but okay. day one, you weren't as open to me as day 41.
Yeah, but
and that's fact.
Hold on, but day one that I met you, it wasn't a great change from day 1 to 41. It wasn't a great change. You might understand more, but like you was like, shit, he is what he is.
So I'm not saying, what you're talking about is describing an evolving relationship, and that's all we're talking about.
No, what I'm saying is that we're all different, right? We're all different. And what I'm saying is that what's unique about you and what's unique about me is different. And I'm saying what's unique about me is that for me, because of my experience, the way I was raised and the way where I grew up, I don't have no cousins. I don't have my sister is 9 years younger than me. I don't have no older brothers or younger brothers. You know what I'm saying? So what it was is like, I had to be 100% with everybody I met. I had to be 100% because it was like, shit, when you meet me, I'm not going to change from day 1 to day 41. I'm not going to change from day 1 to day, like.
So I think you're missing it. I'm not saying that you changed. I'm saying
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that you changed. I'm saying that the relationship changed. So
that's what I'm saying.
The reason why me and you actually get along how we do is because our plights are similar. So just like how, say it again about your sister. Your sister's how many years younger than you?
9.
And you don't have any cousins around your age that you were able to hang out with and grow up with, right?
None.
So mine is reversed. See, I'm the youngest out of everyone, and I'm 8 years younger than my brother. So you have to realize I was always by myself. Everybody else was older than me. It wasn't cool to hang out with your youngest cousin. So I literally was by myself. And to go full circle to why I said I might have had an issue with finding females at an early age is because I was a loner. I had social anxiety. I'm not a joiner. You know this. I'm not the social butterfly. I'm still not the social butterfly. Yeah. So that's how I coped with that. So when I said I had issues with females early on, it was because I'm not the approacher of people. I'm not a social butterfly, and I'm standoffish where I don't want to be approached to this day.
Yeah,
it's something
to this day.
Yeah, to this day.
To this day.
So
again, dog. Say it hard, bro.
So what I'm saying is,
no, you gotta say it hard, bro.
No, I'm being serious. So what I'm saying is,
I'm being serious too, nigga. To this day, my nigga.
So what I'm saying is, because of that, I'm aware of all that, and every female that I met, I didn't let the wall down at first. Every person I met, I never let the wall down at first. So there are things that you, King, Jason know about me. Other people don't know and will never know because we don't have that trust built up. Same thing with young ladies. There are young ladies that I've met, that I've run into. Of course, I've liked them intellectually. Some of them ain't had no common sense. It was just sex. But some of them I let the wall down a little bit. Some of them I didn't let the wall down at all. And ultimately, the one I married, I let the wall down completely. And that's all I'm saying.
But what I'm saying,
it's an evolving thing.
Yeah, I'm not shooting any slugs or saying anything about how you operate, but we all operate differently. And what I'm saying is, for me, I'm open.
So
all
you're
the
saying
time.
you're saying off day one the wall is all the way down.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
For me, not for me, not for you. For
No,
me.
no, no. I get that. I'm just saying okay.
Yeah. I'm saying for me, cause I'm like shit. I'm whether me and her get butt ass naked or whether she never talks to me ever again, I'm gonna be the same.
So I got one question. I got one question.
Go ahead.
If the wall from day one, if the wall is all the way down,
Yeah.
and from day one to day 1001,
Yeah.
you're the same JB.
Yes, sir.
Why would any female that you deal with take offense to what they hear here? Because they should have already known.
I'm gonna tell you why.
They should have already known.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because they not me. They like okay.
But they know.
They know, but in the same breath, they're like shit. They're like this. What they felt with me, because perfect. Me and you, Dub and Bug. Guy, you still there, man?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Gallo, me and Gallo, right? Me and Gallo talk to the same female. Gallo talks to her this way, right? I talk to her that way, right? She gets everything about me from day one. She gets pieces of him from day one. Now she can be like, I'm interested in what's coming next out of him, or she can be like, he's hiding things. I don't like that. She could be with me like he too open. I don't like you telling me everything, or she can be like, he telling me everything. I like that. Like it's.
But we're talking about specifically if you're an open book, full transparency from day one.
Yeah, already.
The veil is removed.
Already.
Why would any female be upset about what you say on this pod? They already know from day one. The veil is down, so they already know what to expect from Boogie. They already know this is authentic JB from day one. So whatever he says on his pod, that shit ain't surprising because I knew that from day one.
So you telling me that your wife listens to the pod and at no point she's never not happy or not great with what you say?
At this point in our relationship, no, because there's nothing.
At this point
in our relationship,
and how many years take to get there?
But see, I've already.
I asked you a question.
Oh, it took years because I understand. No, but listen to what I'm saying though. It took years because our relationship, like any relationship, was a work in progress, and we worked on it. And the wall is completely down now, and has been completely down. But if I'm gathering correctly from you, you're telling me from day one the wall is down.
Yeah.
So
for me,
for you,
for you,
no. Listen to what I'm saying. For you, from day one,
me,
the wall is completely down.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be anything shocking that they're going to hear because they already know about it. They've already learned JB because the wall has been down from day one.
That's what I'm saying. I've told them, hey, this is what it is. I've told them that. Now, can I tell you every single instance of my life? No. So they might hear something and be like, oh, damn, you said that? Or blah, 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 whatever. But the whole thing is you're trying to say, or you're making the point to make it like if I say something on the pod that they don't like, they're supposed to be okay with it because I'm open. No,
well, that's not the point I was trying to make.
No, but they have the right to be not okay with what I said because they're human beings. And what?
But that goes back to you telling me if I know your true intentions because I know who you are, then I shouldn't get mad at things you tell me. You tell me that all the time.
But we have 20 years. We don't.
Here's another perspective.
Yeah.
If you're going to be open with everyone you meet on day one, why aren't you open with everyone on your pod on the mic?
I'm not open.
No, you hold a lot back in.
A lot.
Like
we
what?
ask you questions. You're like, I mean, you backpedaling a lot, or you
if
try
you put
to
me in the corner. If you're trying to put me in the corner, if you're trying to,
it shouldn't matter if you're
it
open
shouldn't
book
be
from
about
day
being in
one.
the corner. You should just either be honest or I don't want to answer that. You could do either or.
But
you try to buy time. There you go, because you got called. You're trying to buy time to come up with an answer that's diplomatic.
No, I'm saying, but what I'm saying is also I do care about the people who listen to the pod. So
I'm gonna keep it a buck. This has been the most.
Don't get a buck.
No, I'm gonna keep it a buck. This has been the most.
Fuck your buck, nigga.
Damn, bro.
That's how you do me all the time. Keep going. I'm fucking with you. Keep going.
This has been the most vulnerable. Honestly, this has been the most vulnerable you've been since I've met you.
Shut the fuck up,
with me.
man. Shut the fuck
With
up,
me.
man.
No, I'm saying I'm being serious with me.
Shut the front door, man.
And I think sometimes you try to mask that shit with jokes and deflection.
No, ain't no flexion, man. Look. Do I lie to you, Dub?
I never said you lied to me.
I ask you a question. No, I'm not trying to put you in the corner, but do I lie to you?
Seriously, no.
Like, we had a conversation off a pod, off the camera. I was like, look, man, I'm going to send you this picture and tell you this about this person if they on the pod to let you know what it is with me and them. That's not about the pod. That's about, I'm going to let you, because you my guy, my nigga. You like, I care about you. And I'm going to always give you the 100. I'm going to give you the 100. So when you was like, but you told me, like, yeah, I'm going to tell you everything every time, bro. I'm going to always tell you everything. I'm not hiding nothing from you. I
never said you hid anything from me.
Yeah, I'm saying, I ain't even told, like, I got some stuff brewing right now. You know what I'm saying? That's above the pod, above everything. That I ain't just put on the pod. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you everything, bro. I'm going to tell you 100%. I ain't got on the pod and been like, Dub, doing this here, da-da-da, this is next move. I ain't going to do that.
Have I said something that's your move, though?
No. Regardless, I ain't say you did. But I'm telling you, but you know for 100% that I know what you going to do next and you know what I'm moving next, right?
Okay, but I'm confused. What are we talking about? Are you saying it's because of my vulnerable bar?
No. I'm saying that if we have a medium that we're working through, right? The pod. And so we're being honest and open, but the pod is a pod, and there's a level of me and you, there's a level of me and Gallo. Like, I ain't said nothing about like me and Gallo. Gallo called me today, bro. And we talked and before we got on, we had a conversation about something. I ain't said a one word about what we talked about before that. I didn't even inferred it because I know that's our connection. I'm not going to put him or me in that position to have to answer that question.
So what's the point we're making?
The point I'm making is that I'm 100% honest all the time, and I'm also 100% cognizant of how it would make you feel, how it would make Gallo feel, what position to put y'all in if I said blah blah blah.
But we're not even talking about that. Unless you're insinuating that I have said something on the pod that's put you in a compromising situation.
Shit, bro.
We're talking about being vulnerable and talking about how we let walls down with people. Like you said earlier, me and you are a 20-year relationship. So I get that. You and Gallo, yeah. No, we get all of that. When the bar I said, when I was like, this is the most vulnerable you've been on the pod with me in this conversation and situation, you're literally talking about how you process your relationships with your companions.
No, I'm saying
that's what we're talking about. That's what the conversation has been.
What I'm saying is that me being vulnerable, me letting you, like, you know what I am dealing with in 2022, right? Yes or no? Or not, I don't say. You understand, you know that.
I understand. I understand JB in 2022.
Yeah.
I do believe that there are struggles that you go through daily that I don't know about. Just like
no,
listen what I'm saying. Yeah. Just like there are struggles that I go through daily you don't know about.
It's not about what not know. I'm saying that there are struggles that you know about. There are struggles that you know that I could, like, if I was just fishing for content or one of the, like, I could be like, oh, this right here is going on right now, and this is, you know.
But that's not what we talk. See, I feel like we're not. I feel like we've gotten off track.
How we got?
Am I tripping, Gallo?
No, I mean, like,
I get both sides of the discussion,
the issue here that I think me and Dub are both trying to make is that, you still withhold some of yourself back. Not that you're lying. We're not saying you're not being truthful. We're saying that you're trying to find a reason to be diplomatic to the women you talk to and still hold your truth.
Stop
to the
that.
pod. And that's all it is. Is it like when we ask you the question, what are your kinks?
I hate both of y'all right now. Keep going.
That's all it was. Is that we're like saying, hey man, you're not being as honest as you say you are. So either you're honest with the girls, but you're not being honest on the pod. Fully honest.
And honestly, I don't think you're honest with yourself in certain aspects of it with the young ladies. Because
what you mean? How?
And when I say that, because I don't think you found a young lady who you're truly comfortable with.
I'm comfortable with every woman.
You're not. Man. No person is truly 100% comfortable with every person in their life. Every woman that just pops up, or every companion that just pops up. That's not a true statement.
But they don't just pop up though. That's what I'm saying.
See, I think you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're just popping up with random females. I'm not saying that. That is not what I'm insinuating. I'm literally saying every young lady, and I'm not saying that you have multiple young ladies right now. What I'm saying is, I don't truly believe that you have got with a young lady that you have been 100% truly vulnerable with. And that's all we're talking about. Of course, 100%, 100%. And this is not a negative conversation. Like 100%. I'm not talking about our personal. I'm not talking about our personal relationship. All that stuff that you just said is true. Of course it is. A lot of stuff we don't talk about our true personal lives on this pod for content. Yeah. But we do divulge a certain amount of our personal lives for content.
Okay, keep going.
And with that being said, through this conversation that we had, I wrote the marker down so I can make sure I knew where to start, because this is going to be a pod separately. This is what we had Gallo on for. In this hour conversation we just had, if I was your therapist, would come to the conclusion that you have not met the young lady that you have been 100% vulnerable with. I'm not saying that the young lady in your life now couldn't be that one. I'm saying I don't think you have truly let all the walls down.
Disclaimer to that real quick. I think what Dub's trying to say is that you're probably 80 to 90% vulnerable with these women.
Yes.
Not that you're never or that you're not, just that you're not as fully vulnerable as you're saying you are, because there's going to be things you hold back. I don't think that, or you might think that you do share everything, but to be able to share everything with every woman you're with, to recount your entire life or encapsulate it in just a few words or in a few hours, it's impossible to tell a woman everything about you, in 1 minute. It'll take you weeks to do it.
Yeah, but I don't do when I stands 1 and 2. I'm gonna say the only truth in that I would agree to is that I'm like, there have been times in my life when I might have been dealing with more than one woman at one time, right? So am I gonna be like, Cassie, I'm also talking to trying to think of her name.
Rebecca, whatever.
Rebecca. Yeah. I know a bunch of women, so I'm not talking to Reby. I'm talking to Reby too. So it's between you and Reby. No, I'm not, and not because I'm scared of what Reby or what Cassie might think, but I'm thinking to myself, in my brain, I'm like, man, the intimacy that me and Reby have, and the intimacy that me and Cassie have, she ain't gonna go for it. It's not gonna work.
No,
it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Not because I'm scared that it's not gonna work for me. Because I could, if we want to sit down in the room together, we can sit down and talk, all three of us. But that's not where your mind is. That's not where your mind is. So now I gotta be like, okay. And there's also element to where like I am like trying to find the one that's right for me. Mm-hmm. So it's
consolidating time. I work the same way.
Yeah.
My girlfriend, I was dating, hooking up with, whatever you want to call it, with between 3 and 7 different women, depending on the time. Because the way I move is I want to make sure that the woman I'm going to be with, that woman that I'm going to choose to be monogamous with, is going to be a woman that I can deal with year round, that I know she's not going to be acting a fool, because most people put up a front. Not saying you, I'm saying most other people put up a front or a mask for a few weeks to like, okay, I'm gonna show them the nice version of me because I want them to like me. And then over time, it starts dropping off, fading off, and you start seeing those layers of who they really are. And what I look for personally is how they're going to act around Christmas and how they're going to act around Valentine's. I don't celebrate Valentine's, and I don't like Christmas because it just amplifies that I'm an orphaned only child. Like, not that I was orphaned as a kid, just that both my parents are gone. I have no siblings. So seeing families and seeing Christmas stuff and all this other happy horse shit, it just reminds me. It doesn't hurt my feelings. It doesn't make me sad. It's just like, okay, great. Yeah. There's another movie that I don't have family to go visit or talk to or whatever at this time of year. So when I tell them that, they think, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. He just doesn't want to buy me a gift. And then come the holidays, they act a fool. Oh, why didn't you get me nothing? Bye. You're off the list.
Yeah.
Come Valentine's. Oh, I made it to Valentine's. Oh, now it's, February 15th. Now me and you monogamous. No, I haven't seen how you're going to move throughout the whole year, because maybe I met you in January. So putting women through the paces, so to speak. I'm dating multiple women. If they ask me directly, hey, are you fucking other women? Yes. I don't lie to them, but I'm not going to rub it in their face. Oh, hey, I can't see you Thursday night because I'm going to go see Sarah. Oh, I can't see you Saturday morning because I'm going to just be getting done with, Monique. And
Friday,
Sunday night, Leticia is, here. So whatever. I just say I'm busy. So I get the whole not being fully honest.
Well, freeze right there. What I'm going to say is that there's also a layer of false, like it's also a layer of, we're all quote unquote forced to fit under a certain umbrella of how we should act, right?
You don't have to.
No.
That's the whole purpose of the vetting process, of finding someone that you're comfortable with.
That's where
you can be yourself.
Wrong answer.
So what umbrella am I forced to interact, to act under?
We are forced to understand, to try to, like, monogamy, marriage, the Christian way, the whatever, however you want to frame it. That's a frame that we societally are like, this is how it should look. You should be one person, and that's how it's framed, right? There's a large variation of people and how they react and how they act to everything, right?
Yes, but let me ask you a question.
But we're all asked to fit under one frame of how it should go.
That's not true. Let me ask you a question though.
Yeah, we are.
But let me ask you a question. Yeah. You tell me constantly that you don't subscribe to these societal norms, right?
I try not to.
So if that's the case, it doesn't matter what somebody thinks over here. The only thing that truly matters is your happiness. So in that vetting process or courting phase or dating, that's what it's for you to go out and find a partner who subscribes to the lifestyle that you subscribe to. No matter if that's...
Capped, though.
Huh?
It's kind of capped, though.
How is it kind of capped?
Because what I'm saying is, like, you're saying that you have a whole society that's pushing people to move in a certain way, but you're saying, like, you want people to be like, fuck what my grandma, my mama, my great grandma, my daddy, my uncle, my aunties, my sister, my cousin, 85%, 95% of my family, fuck what they say, I'm gonna move this way.
But I'm not living for them, I'm living for myself. So literally,
I didn't ask you that. I said, but you're saying that, like, how many people make moves in their life based on what they're, like, what they learned?
It all depends.
I've been taught since day one.
It all depends. Time out. There are things that I do, moves that I make because I saw that example in my household from my father. There are also things that I do that I didn't see that example, that I learned from life experience.
Yeah.
So
you've told me You've told me several times that I do this thing right here
because of my old man, 100%.
Because my old man.
But listen. I do that because my experience of my old man. He's the greatest man I know, and I've seen characteristics and qualities in him that I want to mimic and repeat. Now, there are also some things that my old man didn't do, didn't subscribe to that I subscribe to.
Yeah.
Prime example, drugs. My old man don't touch no weed. He doesn't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to that. I saw a great example in the household that didn't do that. But that's not my norm. I choose to indulge in those things. Some of the ways I view my marriage and things that we do aren't the example that I saw in my household. I stepped outside of that norm or example I saw. So just because
how many people, like, somebody asked me yesterday, somebody asked me yesterday out the blue, I was at a random spot doing some random shit. Me and another young man that you know, his name's Ray, and he's like, "Hey man, y'all believe in Jesus Christ, right?" I didn't say a word to this man. We not working together. We is on a random spot, and apparently forward-looking thinking person is just asked me out the blue what my religious belief was, right?
Okay.
Why did he ask me that?
I mean, just because you don't operate in societal norms doesn't mean people don't have questions about the things they believe in. So listen.
I asked the question. Why you didn't ask the question?
He's actually because he wanted to know if you believe in Jesus Christ. So maybe.
But how does he feel so comfortable? How does he feel so comfortable randomly to ask me a question about my personal belief? Because the societal norm says.
I wouldn't say that.
What you do?
I wouldn't say that because maybe it's a situation where he wants to preach a word. Maybe for him, his goal is to preach a word.
Norms tell you
it's no different
normal.
from the person who asked me, am I a Christian? It's no different if the 5%.
Same thing.
No, listen to what I'm saying. It's no different if the 5%ers run up on me and want to educate me about Allah. It's no different if the Catholic person wants to run up and talk to me. The Mormon. No, these people. These people, to them, it's their agenda. They want to spread their message. But it's no different than an atheist coming up to me and asking me, why do I believe in a deity if I do?
But it's the same thing.
What do you mean?
It's the same thing. How do you feel so comfortable in what you believe that you can come and infringe upon me and ask me if I believe something? Like, why does it matter that I believe anything? Am I doing anything to throw you off or to make, like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing right now, and so are you. But you felt that in this situation you can come ask me how I feel about something that has nothing to do. Like, we not at a church. We're not at any function that's spiritual. We're in the world just doing our jobs.
El Gallo gotta go, man. So we're gonna let El Gallo go. Hey, this was a cool conversation, but we gotta pick this up again. El Gallo, thank you for being on. I think he's bounced.
Love you guys.
Oh man, appreciate it. Hey, El Gallo the Great, thank you for coming on.
Tell me how you took it. I'm gonna tell you what I meant.
My bad. I hit that button prematurely.
Before we go, I just want to give my props for being able to, like, I'm a great name giver. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I Gallo the Great is a great name. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody ever called you Gallo the Great, but Gallo the Great, you put that on you get that tattoo, they're gonna be like, oh man, Gallo the Great. That's it. Gallo the Great.
Actually, one that I've been using that I got not recently, I got it about a year ago, is the chivalrous chauvinist.
The chivalrous chauvinist. That's not nice. That's hard. That's hard. I ain't give you one yet, Dub. I gotta give you. I mean, I think I coined you as Dubular one time, and that rolled for a little bit.
Don't call me that bullshit no more.
Dubular. Dubular. I think me and the King are good at that, man. I do that shit like every day, so, and that shit is stuck for over 20 years. So I have a history, but anyway.
Hey, this has been another exciting episode of the 16 Shots Podcast with one young James Boogie and AR Dub.
tell me how you took, and I'm gonna tell you what I meant.
With Gallo the Great, and we are out.
You know, I'm talking about instruments to get the bitches, man.